Mindfulness and empathy are two key takeaways. With those powerful words, Tanya Zavialova summarizes one of the key insights from the past year. Tanya is a product designer at OneNotary and founder of Kiev UX. We had the pleasure of speaking to her 1 year ago, and since then a lot has changed. On the occasion of the third anniversary of Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine, we spoke to Tanya again. Together with our Vice President Thomas, she takes a look on the current situation of the UX community in Kiev, the impact of global and political situation on UX design, and her latest projects. Let's dive into a conversation full of reflection, hope, and inspiration.
So Tanya, thank you for joining us today. And with all the experience you have and with all the things going on in the world right now, um, I'm curious to know, looking back on the past year, what single event or what turning point stands out the most for you in your day-to-day UX practice, and what did reshape your approach to design, maybe?
Yes, thank you, Thomas. Thank you for inviting me. We have, in a way, unique experience right now, and one thing that it has taught me actually is to be more empathetic. And what it taught me is to be truly empathetic towards users and towards people on the other side of the screen. Whenever we do design, whenever we do user research, whenever we draft UX copy, it's very important to understand the context where this person is experiencing your application. It can be a possibility to have dark theme on the screen for a person who tries to save the energy whenever it is using an innocent rocket icon for startups, because rockets can be interpreted very differently depending on the experience you have, and yeah, we don't like those anymore. And depending on a choice of language, recently a person, actually a designer on LinkedIn approached me with inquiry to fill out a survey on AI and design thinking, and this person thought that it would be appropriate to offer me Russian language as an option. And considering we communicate in English, considering that Russian language is the language that is used by people who attack us every day and send those rockets, for me it was inappropriate, and the person on the other side of the screen didn't get it. So mindfulness and empathy are two key takeaways, I would say, for everyone from a situation we're currently facing, because like even tiniest things can trigger emotional reactions you don't want, and you don't want people going through those reactions. People with traumatic experiences, they are even more prone to have emotional response for such tiny little clues.
Yeah. Well, I really think that, I mean, we as UX professionals, right, should always be aware of the context and should be aware of the state of mind where all, our stakeholders are in. And if you're having these conversations, being aware of that and, having this context always, driving the way how you, communicate and how you reach out to other people is very, very important. So, totally get that. And also, I mean, this context changing the way we use language, right? You gave it with that rockets example, which is obviously terrifying in the current situation. Can totally understand that. And on that, I mean, obviously, in very concrete terms, what do you see there? I mean, mentioning rockets, right? All these effects that, power outages, unreliable technical infrastructure, um, yeah, that's all there. How do you overcome these challenges?
Actually, having those difficulties with power outages, we adapted, in my opinion, really well. On a personal level, first of all, we have learned a lot about new technologies that is currently available that allows you to be more conscious about the power you consume. Right now, every Ukrainian family knows how many kilowatts they consume over the day. And we also have extra batteries, so whenever there is a power outage, we can actually continue working without being disturbed. Same we have for water, same we have, like we know these days much better how much power it costs to use an elevator, to use a teapot, and what are the sustainable ways of cooking out there. And it is amazing how much the technology has to offer to people right now. And I believe our experience may be useful for many people who are concerned about the gas bills, electricity bills, whatever. And yeah, we move on, we ensure business continuity, and yeah, that's that's our way.
Well, I think with that being so terrifying, but on the other hand, being so much you being so aware of everything that is going around us, and even combining this with the environmental challenges we have, and walking towards a more green, more sustainable future. This is one additional kind of skill set. Do you see any other additional stuff you learn, new skill sets evolving, coming out of this pressure, and you basically dealing with it that creatively?
Yeah, I would say the power of community is something that becomes even more crucial in tough situations, in critical situations. We have to be more self-aware and we have to be better in supporting each other and understanding each other. Um, yeah, and also, like whenever there is a constant stress, I can relate to people of professions that require living under constant stress, like firefighters or healthcare professionals who actually face tough decisions regularly. What is super important is to be aware of how much energy do you have inside and how to restore this energy effectively. So these days, support groups and healthcare platforms where you can find a psychologist to talk to and to reflect on your experience are very important in Ukrainian. And this self-awareness becoming something that actually keeps us going.
Mm. Yeah, I think this comedian, this strength, basically really is also another touching another topic, right? Having the mental health always as a big topic, and supporting each other, seeing the challenges others overcome, and yeah, evaluating that their efforts, right? Very important bit of yeah, the community overall to grow. So this community coming together, right? This resilience you have. Can you maybe describe a moment over the past months where you said you were especially proud to be yeah, within that community, and yeah, in that resilient yeah, solidarity?
Yeah, we actually have many community projects right now, and one of the directions we are exploring is education, specifically design education. You know that there are many people who just started their career, but they want to get easy cash on teaching other people to, I don't know, to do auto layouts in Figma. It is super important, but we also work within community to understand what is a quality design education. How do we make sure that this quality design education is up to date? How do we make sure that uh, children who are finishing their school right now have a good choice, a conscious choice before taking their next career move. So we have many projects, and it makes me proud of our community that there are more and more people are willing to discuss these topics openly, are willing to discuss it from the perspective of hiring, because hiring is actually one of crucial point in life of every designer, and we face many challenges because on one hand there are many designers, on the other hand there is super difficult to find a person who will do the job. So quality education is important, and we try to assess the topic, and quality hiring is important, and we try to assess this topic as well. So we currently run many initiatives to cover those.
That's really impressive. And yeah, you were talking about all these projects and yeah, the community kind of yeah being very supportive and everybody helping each other out. Maybe to make it more yeah understandable for people that obviously don't have these challenges, can you give us an example of how you overcome a really tough day, not a tough day in the sense of we feel tired after work here in Germany, just the stress that you have while pushing projects forward in your day-to-day life?
Yeah, before we thought that the tough day was when you have the power out, but now for us, a really tough day is when rocket come and hit the children's hospital in the city center. It's something that is really horrifying. It's difficult to even to imagine what people who push button to send those rockets would think. But what we do as a community, we gather together to support those people who are in much tougher situations than ours. We some people go there to help with excavations and evacuations. Other people help with donations, and basically what we do to overcome this stress, we help our country, we help our people, and afterwards we can return to our work and do the design. And also with design, we are more aware of projects we take these days, and many designers, in addition to paid jobs, they have volunteering projects, either posts for social media or websites for volunteering organizations or any of those. There are also many designers from our community that actually serve, that defend our borders, and we support them too.
Mhm. That's actually very touching. I mean, we can see it in my face and in your face. This is things that we as humans simply have, right? And should continue to have. So yeah, having this together brings us forward because we actually see that this means something to all of us. Um, trying to come back to yeah, trying to come back to that. I mean, you mentioned so many things going on, being helping each other, having all of this in mind. Do you see any grassroots initiatives that help you in your day-to-day and professional life, making yeah you as a community stronger and grow together? Can you give any example here?
Yeah, in previous interviews, I have already mentioned that we started publishing books that are actually collections of articles of designers from our community. And to be frank, what I say, our community is grown to be international community. So we have people who currently live in US, in the Netherlands, in Germany, in Denmark, who contribute to those articles. We translate them and we share this information internally. And doing this initiative, we also support education of Ukrainian defenders. We directly donate money from funds from our books to these initiatives. And if anyone listening to this podcast wants to donate, I share the link. So it's now possible to actually not to buy the book, but to support education of our defenders directly. And if we talk about education, it is actually this particular part of education is teaching Ukrainian defenders to work with NATO systems, with NATO-compatible system called Delta. It is developed in Ukraine by Ukrainians, but it helps to raise awareness of situation on a battlefield and to use this information to make better decisions.
So, to everybody who's seeing this video, who's listening to the podcast, we will share the link to this donation page together, yeah, with this video, with this audio, wherever we will, yeah, post it. So maybe we can have a short look on what's the outcome. How does it then actually look?
You mean the book? Yeah. Here comes the book. It is called Workshop as a Borscht, and borscht is a typical Ukrainian dish, typical Ukrainian soup you would cook whenever you have a family together. So it's not something you would do alone, but the metaphor here is that workshop is a community activity as well as borscht. And here we have many people from all over the world contributed to it. We have articles from designers who currently live in the Netherlands. And in this article, it is an introduction to workshop canvases, and you may guess some of those. And Slava is a designer who lives in the Netherlands. We also have a nice article about psychological safety while working in groups, and in this article we have a great also entry on cultural compass from Hofstede that shows how people in different countries score on different cultural dimensions, and it helps people from different cultures to work together. We also have a beautiful article from Yuri from Denmark, who does visual thinking. And here you see how differently the unicorn can be shown to show the idea or the actual animal. Fantastic animal, nevertheless. We have Dave from US who has contributed and also shared some ideas on how it is important to work with rational as well as emotional thinking. So it's full of beautiful examples. It also has some examples from Ukraine, and there is another Yuri who contributed to this article, who has created who works together with Ukrainian veterans and has contributed to creating a veteran space in one of Ukrainian cities. So it has many inspiring articles, and we believe that collaboration is extremely important always, and in difficult times even more than usual. So we published this book. We also have a new one currently in progress. It will be called Beautiful Buttons. If you want to contribute, you are welcome. We'll translate to Ukrainian and publish. We do not have capacity to translate our books to English right now, but if you have, you're welcome to contribute, and we can do something together.
Yeah, then I think that's also something for the audience listening to this one. If you are interested to support to help, simply reach out to us. We can connect you, and yeah, if you want to contribute, please always reach out. We will make the connect, and hope that this then brings this project forward. So thank you, thanks for sharing it, and hopefully some people will try to contribute here.
Thank you.
Next thing is you mentioned a lot of these cultural differences. Also, do you see any ethical implications, or maybe even pressures of security risks? Is there anything you can share on that one?
I would say a general security awareness is something that everyone needs. Just this morning, actually, our someone tried to hijack our Facebook page, and because we take our security seriously, we deflected this attack, and we were able to recover it in no time. Actually, there was no need to recover. It was a phishing attempt, but it happens a lot. Doesn't matter where you live. So mind security, we know that often security and usability they pull in different directions, but we as designer it is our job to find that balance and to be aware that sometimes there are things that used to be shared openly before but not anymore, like your date of birth or like your a place where you live. Be mindful that not all information that your clients use to put on their websites is not that secure anymore. One of interesting examples I had recently, we had a design challenge where young designers had to create leaderboard and actually had to motivate people to do blood donations, and they created leaderboard with actual people's name. And we know that the leaderboard might be an interesting piece of motivation, but actually giving out actual people's name in such leaderboard can be used against those people. So whenever you think of your work on anything, mind the security of your users. It is crucial in today's world. In world that is full of fakes and full of scam, we have to be. We are the first line of defense for our users.
Mm. Yeah. So that this was a thing in the past of making privacy possible. Now is a security thing. So yeah, thanks for sharing also this insight. All these UX fundamentals become more and more critical when this pressure and the stakes are that high. So I think
Yeah.
definitely something to take with us. So and on taking things with us, yeah, trying to look ahead, hoping that yeah this terrifying war will end soon. What do you see the chances for Ukraine, yeah, growing again, rebuilding the country itself, and do you have some learnings that you can take with you to rebuild the country in the end?
Yeah, I would say that any crisis, it actually sparks creativity. It sounds tough, but there is no like if we in design we think of ourselves as problem solvers, and it is even more true whenever there is a crisis. If design does not solve problem, it creates one. you know and now we have so many problems to solve, and we have this tremendous desire and capability to do so. And design communities, yours design community, our design community, are cooking pots of those ideas and experiences we can share together to create the better future, to create the better future for Ukraine, to create the better future for Europe, to create the better future for the world. So I believe that people who overcome those difficulties are capable of creating something beautiful. And it is something that keeps us awake, that keeps us strong, that helps us to stay strong.
Thank you. Thank you for this outlook. Really, yeah, see how the resilience and all the yeah pressure on you you face with such clarity, creativity, and also yeah overcome all these hurdles. So I think this is really really impressive and really inspiring for myself and hopefully also for all the others listening and watching. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for being with us today. Thanks for making this possible, and thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you for the opportunity to share and to thank for all your support. It is super important to us. You know, recently we had an art exhibition in Kiev from Stefan Sagmeister. Uh, the beautiful numbers. It is a cover from his book. The exhibition is called Beautiful Numbers, and Stefan, he's from Austria. Right now he lives in New York, and he had courage to come to Kiev just this Saturday and share his experience and assure us that now is better. The world moves towards beautiful and more comfortable future for all of us. And if we stay together, if we keep positive attitude, we can overcome anything.
Thank you. Yeah, I think this is really a great summary. Yeah, thank you again. And yeah, hope to see you soon then in our next session.